94.9 FM, BBC London. You're not born to be blue today, I'll tell you, because it's a beautiful day right across the city. And we've got lots happening in the programme between now and 12 o'clock. Lots of really, really good guests. We have been talking about holidays, of course. Some things you might like to think about. Some of the holidays that went wrong. But I think our next guest is probably the best summer holiday.
We're all going on a summer holiday. No more working for a week or two. Fun and laughter on a summer holiday. No more worries for me or you for a week or two.
That has got to make you feel better. It is Sir Cliff Richard, of course, who's rarely off a plane these days. And as we speak, he's at the airport waiting to go to Ireland to do some rehearsals. So, Cliff, welcome to the programme.
Hello, it's nice to talk with you. Yeah, I had a late night last night. A plane was delayed, took half an hour to get through immigration. It's just like old rock and roll days.
Well, there you go. You're always on the move. You're a raunchy boy, really, at heart. Cliff, you went to Formula One yesterday, so how was that?
Oh, I mean, it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it, but I had a better view the previous time. We were on a balcony right over the grid last time, and you could see the race, much more of it. This time it was the Hotel Paris, which was fantastic. The food, of course, was sensational, and the cars fly by your elbow from about 5 feet away. The race was deafening, but that has an excitement of its own. You know, I really surprised myself that I enjoyed the race so much.
Now, you can get in backstage. I know that. You go to all these sort of marquees behind the scenes. Did you manage to bump into Lewis Hamilton, who might have been a bit disappointed yesterday?
No, I didn't, actually. And funny enough, we didn't get backstage. If I had been where I normally go, which is guest of the BMW crowd, but because they pulled out of the Formula One for whatever reason, when I was their guest, of course, I was taken backstage, and I did meet Lewis Hamilton once way back when, in fact, I think he won it that year. And he was racing, and he would have been disappointed, but his team won. I mean, he was driving for Mercedes. His partner came first, and I think Lewis came fourth or something like that. So I guess he can't afford to be negative. He's got to stay positive and just do what he can.
Yes, and a great day for Rosberg, wasn't it? So he had a very good win. Now, listen, you've just come back from Nashville, where you were recording a good old rock and roll album. So how did that come about?
Well, a friend of mine in Barbados said to me, I don't know why you do this jazz stuff, because I was doing my jazz album. He said, you should sing rock and roll. And he wanted to put together a selection of songs. And the interesting thing is, he was prepared to be the executive producer, which means he paid for it.
Fantastic.
And so
we like
my
him.
manager said to me, if he's paying for it, do it. She told me, you don't get those offers very often. So we put together some songs, and EMI agreed with the songs. I did the ones they wanted, a couple of ones I threw in that I liked. And it's all iconic rock and roll songs that we cut our teeth on. That was what's happening in the late 50s, early 60s. So,
and I would think that your fans, who are very loyal, having done a soul album, having done an album with an orchestra, etc., I would imagine they would love you going back to rock and roll.
Yeah, and I used the style of when the Shadows and I used to go in, we'd go in pretty well rehearsed. In this case, I didn't. But I had a friend of mine who produced it for me and got me a band. He included 5 people, 2 guitars, bass, drums, and piano. Very little overdubbing, and we played it live. I sang it live with them, and quite often I used the live tracks that I recorded. I like to do it a few more times, so I give the producer a chance for me to, just improvise sometimes. And sometimes you come up with a great lick and you think, oh, that sounds better than when I did it first. So it was a great feel, and it took me right back to the days when the Shads and I would be in Studio 2, just thrumming away and getting things done pretty well live.
And so now, of course, off to Ireland today to rehearse with the band for your big outdoor tour. So I know you're going to Hampton Court. Where else are you going to?
Oh, yeah, Hampton Court's actually the two last shows on the 22nd, 23rd of June are at Hampton Court. But I'm starting in Manchester. No, actually, I'm starting in Leeds. Then I go to Manchester. Then I'm going to Blickling Hall in Norfolk, and Warwick Castle, Hatfield House in Hertford. The Hove Cricket Ground. That would be good in Hove. And Powderham Castle in the West Country. So I've tried to cover the land as best I can, and I've done the show before. I did it in Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia, and so it's well rehearsed and oiled for the Brit public.
What do you do if the weather is just awful and it's outdoor concerts?
I don't know. I was lucky the last time I did this. I did one called Castles in the Air. And I was lucky because I know how lucky I was because I was being followed every night by either Tom Jones or Donny Osmond. And I got through clear, except for the very last concert I did in Leeds Castle. It started to rain in the finale. Whereas Tom and Donnie had terrible bad luck. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen to me. I felt so sorry for them and the audiences. You know, the rain came down for them, and I think you continue. I think they supply umbrellas or whatever it is. You don't get applause, but the umbrellas go down, up and down lots.
Well, Cliff, I know you're about to step on your plane to Dublin, but thank you for taking the time out, and we'll be looking forward to the tour, seeing you somewhere in this outdoor concert tour. Thanks a lot. Good journey. And I guess you would think that Devil Woman is probably one of your best rock and roll tracks to date, would you?
Always said if there was a Martian came down here and we all had to say, if he said to you, what do you do for a living? I would play him Devil Woman and say, work that one out.
I'm very happy to oblige. Here it is. Yeah, she's going to get you all right. After the news, it's going to be Sir James Galway, complete with his flute and tin whistle. So what a treat in store for us. But at this point, with the time to pretty well exactly 10:30, we're going to the newsroom.